Hey, Mario Rodriguez here, and you're watching Mark Style Wrestling Aftershock Reviews. We're talking about all kinds of cool wrestling pay-per-views because, yes, it's still real to me. Now, I'll be talking mostly about Hell in a Cell 2018 because, like it or not, a lot of crazy shit happened during that event. I do want to mention real quickly that I didn't get to see All In. I might get the Honor Club next month to try it out, and maybe I'll do like a late review on All In. Don't quote me on that because I'm still not too crazy about the thing about having to, like, pay $10 a month and still pay for the pay-per-views. I know it's still like a half-off thing, it's like a special Honor Club discount or whatever, but it's like, can you imagine paying $10 a month for the network and still paying $20 to watch WrestleMania and $20 to watch SummerSlam and all? It's like, I don't know. But I'll give it a shot because I'm very curious about All In. I've been doing a good job of trying to avoid all the major spoilers, so I'm going to try to watch it to give a small review there. But Jack Knives did review it. He did talk about both All In and the G1 Climax and like the ending and everything, so that's pretty cool. So watch his channel. Special shout out for him below with the links to watch his channel for a review on All In and the G1 Climax. And also on the Mark blog of Epic Randomness, I'm actually covering the episodes of the Mae Young Classic. You can read articles about it. I'm going to try very hard to do them every week because, of course, you know, stuff gets in the way. I'm busy and everything, but I'll try my best to do a review every week, even though it's not the same Wednesday, but every week. And apparently now WWE is adding 205 Live on Wednesday. They're trying to do like a big thing where Wednesday you could watch 205 Live, NXT, and the Mae Young Classic, like a big block of it. And it's like, I wish I didn't have to work so late. That would have been kind of cool, but I'm going to miss it, you know. But we'll see what happens. And of course, there's another attempt to make 205 Live awesome, so we'll see if it gets more ratings. People have been impressed by it, but a lot of people still don't care, so we'll see if that works. Now, as for the actual event, we had the Hell in a Cell, and the first match was for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It was the New Day versus Rusev Day, with Aiden English actually wrestling now instead of just singing. I don't know if he's been doing it lately for SmackDown, but he's actually wrestling now. And it was for the kickoff show. I gotta say, I'm very impressed by Kofi's skills. He was like all over the place. He's like, holy shit, you know, he still got the skills, jumping around and crap. Aiden English was actually trying to do the accolade on Kofi, and I was like, holy shit, like he even did like the stomp and everything. And I'm like, can you imagine if that actually worked? He actually tapped out to someone else doing the accolade. That would have been fucking awesome. But Kofi got away. Kofi hit him with the Trouble in Paradise and knocked him down. And Rusev was trying to break up the pin, but Big E got him out of the way and everything. And yeah, the New Day are still the tag team champions for SmackDown. We'll see how it goes. I still say that Rusev Day should win. And if the Rusev Day, I was going to say Rusev team, but if the Rusev Day team actually would have won, like that would have been one hell of an unexpected way for them to win. That's awesome. Like it reminded me of the Bar when I did that sneaky tag thing to kind of win over the New Day. That would have been kind of cool seeing Aiden English do that, but, well, we'll see. And, let's see what else here. The actual event now, the actual pay-per-view was, oh god, it was Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy, because, of course, Randy Orton's been chasing after Hardy for a while, and, Randy Orton with the promos was talking about, like, this is going to be disturbing, like, what I'm about to do is very disturbing, like, be war, you may not want to watch this. I'm like, yeah, it's wrestling, but, when I actually watched it, I was like, holy shit. Like, they were showing the play-by-play of, you know, like building up wider fighting and stuff. And I guess in some episodes of Raw or SmackDown, whatever they're on, Randy Orton was messing with Jeff's ear because Jeff has, like, those things that kind of have, like, the hole in your ear to stretch your ear out. So it's messing with that. And Hell in a Cell took it farther. So, yeah, there are lots of, like, you know, chairs and tables and junk. There was a part where Jeff Hardy actually ran and rid a table like a surfboard right into Randy Orton's gut. But the part that got everyone was that of all the weapons and stuff, Randy Orton was getting a toolbox. I'm saying a toolbox. Where are you getting a toolbox for? And you've got a screwdriver. And I didn't put it together yet, but I still had the idea something nasty was going to happen. I'm like, holy shit, what's he going to do with a screwdriver? And, oh god. He went up to Jeff Hardy, got him in some kind of hold and stuff, and he actually put the screwdriver through, like, the ear, like the hole in the ear, and he fucking twisted that sucker. He twisted that like 2 or 3 times, maybe even 4 times, like as many times as you could possibly stretch it without actually breaking it. And I actually thought, like, holy shit, are they going to go all the way? Are they actually going to fucking break the ear? Because I know that other wrestling federations would go that crazy. I was like, this is like indie wrestling shit right here, man. And like, God, I was like wincing, I was like cringing, I could barely watch it. It was so fucking painful. Like Jeff Hardy was really selling it well, because from my understanding is for people that actually have that kind of piercing, certain people, depending how you do it or whatever, I guess not all people, but certain people, the ear does get very stretchy, and you can like mess around with it and it doesn't really hurt. So for all we know, there was no real pain involved. But oh God, it was still hard to watch. Jeff Hardy like really sold it, and it was kind of like you just think about, oh God, what if it was like your ear, man? Like, damn. So anyways, Jeff Hardy got out of that. I don't know how the fuck he did, but he got out of it somehow. And earlier in the match, Randy Orton took off Jeff Hardy's belt and hit him with the belt, but like that the belt had like these metal spiky thuds on them or whatever, and stubs, I mean. But the thing is, when he hit him with the belt, it was like the belt side. So now Jeff Hardy, like anger and shit with all this shit that happened, he bounty whipped the crap out of Randy Orton on the metal stub side, and now Randy Orton had all these like holes and stuff in the back and bleeding and everything. And from what I understand, people kept saying that it looked like Randy Orton had something sticking out of his thigh. I got no idea what the fuck that could have been, but something was sticking out of his thigh. I'll have to like watch the replays. I don't remember that, but holy shit, that was true. And of course, to top it all off, Jeff Hardy beat up Orton and got him on the table and everything. And Jeff Hardy climbed a ladder and another ladder. Then he decided that wasn't good enough. He jumped and hung from the actual, like the actual steel cage. The actual fucking bright red steel cage, mind you. I'm just glad he didn't do like a red cage for Raw and a blue cage for SmackDown. That would have been worse. But he grabbed onto the fucking cage and swung around, and he fucking dropped. And Randy Orton got out of the way, and he just went straight down through the table. Like, I know the table must have broke his fall somewhat, but that's still like just straight down, man. And like, even though I know it's whatever, and you do stuff to make sure he's okay, but I'm still like, holy shit, is he fucking dead? Did he fucking break his neck for real? And despite the referee like trying to call the fight and whatever, Randy Orton insisted that the match had to go on so he could still pin him and still win officially. So Randy Orton pinned him, he won, and Jeff Hardy got carried out with a neck brace. And I'm like, just, oh God, that was, I don't know, that was hard to watch. We've seen people jump off from the top of the cage and into like the TV equipment before, the stands or whatever, commentator table, but I've never seen anyone like from inside the cage hang and just drop. That was like, damn. And I was like, the whole thing, I'm like, are you sure it's not the main event? Because that's like the fucking main event right there. That's like Hell in a Cell right there, man. Like, damn. So, next match was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, and I'm surprised that wasn't a Hell in a Cell match. It's like only 2 matches, and I feel like that one should have been Hell in a Cell. But, yeah, Becky continues from from SummerSlam, where Charlotte inserted herself into a triple threat match between Carmella, Becky, and Charlotte, and of course Charlotte won, so Becky got pissed and beat her up. And even though it was supposed to be like heel Becky, everyone loves Becky. I love Becky. We were all cheering for Becky. So even though she did like a promo that was like the typical, I guess, heel promo, I'm the best, I deserve it, it's my time, everybody was still cheering for her, no one was booing her. And during this match, they did the famous punching and stuff, and everybody was booing Charlotte, and everybody was cheering Becky, and I was like, I hope Vince doesn't get mad that they're cheering for the heel or whatever. But, yeah, it was like I guess kind of a methodical match, because Becky kept like messing up Charlotte's arm and elbow and busting it up and whatever, so it could be like more fragile for the disarmer. And Charlotte kept messing with Becky's legs and kicking them and kicking the thigh and all that stuff to make it weaker for the figure 8. And I was nervous because every time the Charlotte came close to doing the figure 8, I was like, oh God, no, because I was afraid that Becky would not tap out or something. But yeah, there were a lot of attempts to do the figure 8 and a lot of attempts to do the disarmer and stuff. And the weirdest thing, it was I guess the unexpected finish was because Charlotte tried to do the spear. She tried to do the spear on Becky, and Becky still caught her. And I thought at first she was trying to do the disarmer or something, but no, it was a roll-up pin. She caught the spear, reversed it, and did like a roll-up pin. And 1, 2, 3, Becky won. I was like, holy shit, Becky won. And like all my friends and Johnny and all of them were rooting for Becky. We were so happy that Becky finally won. But the whole thing is, oh, and I gotta say, the coolest thing is she won, and Charlotte tried to be like, the better woman or whatever, and try to shake her hand, and Becky's like, nah, bitch, this is my time now, and she just walks out with the belt like a boss, while Charlotte's just there like, whatever. Now, tomorrow, or I guess later today, because you know the time video is going to be up. There's going to be SmackDown. I expect Charlotte to be whatever, like all huffy and puffy and pissy and demand a rematch or whatever. And I expect there'll be a rematch at the Super Showdown. So the main thing I was trying to say is I hope Becky wins. Win the rematch. Bye-bye Charlotte. Just win the rematch and get the fuck out of here, Charlotte. I don't care. Like, I want someone else to jump Charlotte so Charlotte will want payback and direct her attention elsewhere so she can have a feud with I don't care if it's fucking Nikki Bella. Just mess with someone else. Leave Charlotte, leave Becky alone. Get Charlotte out of the fucking title picture for a bit, because it's always either her as a champion for a long ass time, or she loses it and she gets it right away. So please do not make Charlotte win the title tomorrow on SmackDown, and please do not make her win at the Super Showdown. Just get the fuck out of here and fight with Nikki Bella or Trish Stratus or whoever else, but just go away, you know? And I hope that Becky has a title for a long time. And let me see what else, because I'm trying to forget some of the matches. Yeah, we had the Raw Tag Team titles. Oh, God. It was Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Rollins and Ambrose. And I gotta say, Drew McIntyre is a big-ass motherfucker. I mean, he was like the muscle. He was tough to deal with. I don't care how badass Rollins and Ambrose were, but that dude is hard to take down. He's hard to keep down. He was like down. And Ziggler's been cool. Ziggler's been doing impressive matches, all kinds of cool things. The end of the match was super insane because it was like finish after finish after finish, trying to like escape the finisher from Rollins, trying to escape the zigzag, you know, like Ambrose was trying to do like the dirty deeds on McIntyre. Like, everyone was doing all these things. It was like finish after finish and attempted finish and stuff, and it was just so crazy. It was like anyone could win. It was so random, like anyone could win. And the finish was so insane because we've seen Seth Rollins do the superplex and like not let go and do like another suplex. Like, that's a fucking awesome like transitional move and everything. But here, like, he grabbed Ziggler, did the superplex, and he was gonna pick him up for another suplex, but then out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre came and did a big old boot to the face of Rollins while still grabbing Ziggler, and they both fell over, and the way that Ziggler fell over, he still landed on top of Rollins, and it was still 1, 2, 3, and he still won. And honestly speaking, that finish was so awesome because just the fact that Ziggler won while unconscious and Drew McIntyre carried him out as they won, it's like, I'm not even mad. That's fucking awesome. That's like a fucking awesome finish. It's so cool. And these guys are just, they're awesome. Like Ziggler, who thought he was going to be back in the big picture like this with Drew McIntyre? He's really helping each other out. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah, they're still the Raw Tag Team Champs, but expect a lot of matches because those guys are cool. And then we had AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles the champ, and Samoa Joe was still doing all the creepy stuff about, like, I'm going to be with your wife now, I'm going to be with your daughter now, I'm going to be the new man of the house now, and doing his little storytelling stuff and whatever. The match was pretty cool. Samoa Joe's, of course, a big guy, lots of damage, you're fucking each other up, basically, and, of course, it had the questionable finish, or something fall, I don't know. They had a questionable finish where Samoa Joe grabbed AJ in the Coquina clutch. That was weird because the way the angle was or something, he somehow, like, I don't even know the position, it was weird, but he somehow had AJ down, but somehow it still counted like AJ was spinning Samoa Joe, and it was like a 1, 2, 3, and AJ Styles still won, and I was confused because the angle was so weird for a pin, but I guess Samoa Joe's shoulders were down, but I don't know, it was weird. But then, like, there was a thing about the replay showing that at the count of 2, AJ was already tapping into the Coquina clutch. So technically speaking, like, Samoa Joe would have won. So Samoa Joe super pissed. He got in Paige's face. Of course, Paige is the SmackDown general manager. So Paige announced like a big rematch later on, blah, 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 blah. So I guess it's a Super Showdown to have a rematch. But that was kind of weird. Like, honestly speaking, like, that's the thing about replays in wrestling. Like, they never really count. There's replays, but it never counts. Unless Vince McMahon comes out and says, no, you guys continue, and, you know, blows his quads out, like, they're not going to do it. They're not going to listen to the replay, but we'll see what happens. And, yeah, that finish got me interested. Like, I'm, like, so with the feud, but I was, like, watching when that happened. I was like, holy shit, what happened? Like, damn. So, then we had The Miz and Maurice with Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella because I guess now Maurice is getting with Brie Bella, like they're fighting, whatever. So now it became like a tag team match, mixed tag team match, and you know, what can I say? Of all of them, Maurice, I don't think she like can wrestle much. I think they showed clips of a match between Maurice and Brie Bella in an early episode or whatever, so I guess she wrestles. But here during the whole match, she was just running around. She was running from Brie. Of course, Brie, like it or not, can still somewhat wrestle and do moves. Like Maurice was not doing much. And as they were wrestling, what can I say? There was a time where Brie just punched The Miz, and I was like, well, shouldn't she be disqualified? Isn't it like the guys fight the guys and the girls fight the girls? Like, disqualify her. Like, disqualify her. And I'm sorry, I like The Miz. The Miz is the cheesiest ass heel they got now. With all this charisma, all this personality, when my arm goes up, your mouth goes shut. Like, it's just, like, crazy, you know? And, yeah, what's his name? Brian and Miz fought it out for a bit. They did the thing where both The Miz and Maurice were down, so both Brie and Daniel Bryan were doing the yes kicks over and over and over. There was a time that The Miz was trying to break a pin between Brie and Maurice, but you know, Daniel Bryan got his pin. Don't you ever touch my wife again. You got that, whatever. And Brie Bella tried to attack Maurice, and surprisingly, Maurice got her in like a roll-up pin or some kind of pin. I think it was a roll-up pin, and they actually won. So technically speaking, they won clean. There was no shenanigans. There was no hidden brass knuckles or whatever. And yeah, that was pretty cool. I still like them. They're like the cheesiest bad guys. Like, of all the bad guys with style, like The Miz has the most charisma. And it would be cool if there was like another big event match. Because of course, Daniel Bryan is still kind of green. He has to kind of build himself up. He can't have these big wins too much, like too soon. He has to build himself up. But I'm loving it, man. The more The Miz wins and the more he drives it out. I know that sooner or later Daniel Bryan's going to kick his ass and blah, 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 blah. And he'll be the big hero of this story. But I'm loving it. I'm loving The Miz being cheesy. He's cool. He's entertaining. And let's see. So next we had Ronda Rousey with Natalya in the background against Alexa Bliss and her little personal army of Alicia Fox and Mickie James. I don't know how like Alicia Fox got involved, but now she's also with Alexa Bliss. And what can I say? The match was down to their squash, and the girls did cheat here and there, but it wasn't so bad, you know. They took advantage that the last match when Ronda Rousey won and everything, Alexa Bliss had kicked her hard in the ribs, so they were still kind of selling that her ribs were like kind of hurt. So that kind of made it like an even match. So Alexa Bliss was still kind of scared Ronda Rousey and shit, but she still took advantage. She still hit her in the ribs and everything. There was a time where Alexa Bliss like grabbed Rousey and stretched her like ribs and stuff against like the post. And I don't know what she did, that she like distracted the referee, and when the referee was distracted, Alexa Bliss, Alicia Fox and Mickie James were still grabbing Rousey and stretching her more. So yeah, so like Alexa Bliss had the advantage because she was hurt and everything. But in the end, like Rousey got fucking pissed and just socked her ass out. And of course, Natalya made sure the other girls wouldn't interfere, like socked them out, took care of them and everything. And in the end, Alexa Bliss got the arm bar. She tapped out. And yes, Ronda Rousey is still the champion, and Alexa Bliss can finally go home and focus on something else. Like today, like on Raw, she was, I guess, trying to help out she was trying to help out Alicia Fox and Mickie James be like a good tag team or whatever, but then like Ember Moon and Nia Jax, so they might be doing that now. It looks like she has other things on her mind besides Ronda Rousey. I'm hoping that Charlotte follows the same thing. Fight against Nikki Bella or Trish or someone else. And yeah, I think Trish Stratus is actually going to fight against Alexa Bliss in the Super Showdown. We'll see how that goes. It was either I don't know if it was either Trish or Lita, but she is going against one of the classics, so we'll see how that goes. And holy shit, damn, this is already almost over. Okay, so the final match, the main event, was of course Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in the Hell in a Cell, the second Hell in a Cell match, and what can I say? It was a weird match. I mean, yeah, it was the usual stuff. They're hitting each other. They're throwing each other against, like, the posts, or throwing each other against the, what do you call it? Like throwing your face against a steel cage and shit. There was a time that Roman Reigns was running, and he ran right into Strowman with, like, stairs. And he actually grabbed the stairs and just slammed them down on top of Roman Reigns and stuff like that. But Reigns, like, speared him and somehow they were both down. And I mean, they were down. They were like sleeping. They were down for a good 10 or so minutes because during the time they were down, McIntyre and Ziggler came back. I don't even know what they were doing. They came back to do something. I don't know. But Rollins and Ambrose came in too. And they started fighting and stuff, and for some weird reason, like, Rollins started climbing the cage, and McIntyre started climbing the cage, and Ambrose started climbing the cage, like, they all started climbing the cage. I'm like, what the fuck? And, like, during this whole time, like, the attention was all on them. I thought they were going to do something with Reigns and Strowman. They were just down the whole time. They were sleeping the whole time, and these guys are fucking fighting on the cage, like, on top of the cage, and doing moves and all that shit, and then, like, they were trying to climb back down, but, like, I guess Ziggler and Rollins and McIntyre, like, slipped, let go. I don't even know why they fell or how they fell. I think they were both fighting each other or whatever, but they both fell through the announcement tables. And like I said, like these guys took the attention away from Strowman and Reigns, and I'm like holy shit. And during this whole time, they're still down, and then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar comes out and they start playing his theme. I'm like, whoa, really? And like he comes in, he just fucking kicks the damn steel cage door down, and he gets in and he grabs like these, like, I guess the tables were already broken. He just starts smacking the shit out of Braun Strowman and smacking the shit out of Reigns. Like the tables are fucking breaking apart on their backs and shit. Then he grabbed Reigns for an F5 and Strowman for an F5, and he fucking left. And of course the part that got everyone pissed was that, oh yeah, Mick Foley was there too. He didn't really do too much. When Lesnar and Heyman showed up, Heyman maced him with some shit in his eyes or whatever to let, like, Lesnar get in. Even though it's like no disqualification, so who cares? They're trying to stop him, but it's supposed to be no disqualification. But anyways, the thing that got everyone pissed off the most was that it was a no contest after taking the F5s and Lesnar left. Like, they ended the match, and they were saying it was a no contest. Neither men could advance, and they apparently, from what I heard, like, they cut the cameras real quick as that happened, because right there, everyone was like, this is bullshit, this is bullshit. Like, everyone was fucking pissed because, like, the Hell in a Cell, it really supposed to be fight until, like, you gotta fight and you gotta, like, break your body. You gotta do whatever you can until there's a winner. There's no disqualification, like, until there's a winner, you know? And they just ended it right there. And I know that both Reigns and Strowman went through hell, but people were talking like the referee, the guest referee was fucking Mick Foley. Mick Foley fell from the fucking cage through a table and shit, and he still somehow got up and he still finished the match. And all the shit that happened between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy, and they still finished the match. It's like, at the very least, it should have had maybe Reigns crawl over and, you know, pin Strowman, or maybe Lesnar, or, you know what, like, the Shield should have, like, grabbed Reigns and put him on Strowman and win, or they should have done something. They should have, like, tried to get them up. It's supposed to be no disqualification, it's supposed to be Hell in a Cell, and, like, what happened to Ambrose and McIntyre? They never came down. They were just up there. They never came down. Like, we never saw what happened. Like, it was the weirdest, most abrupt finish. It was unexpected because I didn't know anything about it. Unlike, like, there's always reports about, oh, the Undertaker's gonna show up. Oh, Triple H's gonna show up. Sting's gonna show up. There was nothing about, like, Brock Lesnar might possibly show up at Hell in a Cell. Like, I didn't see it coming. I was like, what the fuck is Brock Lesnar doing here? I thought he was gone. I thought that was, like, his final match. He's going to UFC, but I guess now he's gonna try to come back and attack them because he wants his title back. There might be a potential triple threat match. We don't know. But, damn. That was fucking unexpected. Like it or not, and of course no one liked it. It was all, this is bullshit, and booing and shit, but that was unexpected. So, like, the whole event, everything was entertaining in one way or another. Like I love the fact that Becky Lynch won. I love the way that, you know, I love that Ronda Rousey won. I love the match with I can't even think right now. Okay, I love that Becky won. I love that Ronda Rousey won. I love the match with the New Day because it was cool seeing I in English trying to do the accolade. Jeff Hardy and Orton, that's like the nightmare match. That's like, damn, but it was so entertaining. I was still like, holy shit, I couldn't stop watching. I was cringing, but couldn't stop watching. I told Johnny and Joopy that you guys missed the nightmare match, so that was so entertaining. what can I say, the mixed tag match. It was still cool because The Miz won. I loved that The Miz and Maurice won, and they actually won clean. I love the tag match. That was almost like match of the night. Either that or the Jeff Hardy match were match of the night, because that was just awesome. Like that whole sequence of them doing the finishers and all that stuff was fucking awesome. And even the Hell in the Cell, like I was thinking that maybe what happened is that Vince didn't have faith that people were like not gonna care about Roman Reigns versus Strowman for the 100th time, like they fought so many times. Like what can they do to spice it up? They fought in steel cages before. I'm pretty sure they did by now. So like what can they do? So that's why they threw in Ambrose, Rollins, McIntyre, Ziggler, fucking Brock Lesnar. They threw in whoever they could to spice it up, because it would have been kind of boring. And it was. I mean, it wasn't anything special, to be honest. Like no one was really invested that much until like the other guy showed up. And despite everyone hating Brock Lesnar, when his theme played, everybody was like, holy shit, like he got the pop of the night. So, you know, the finish was screwy. It was fucked up, but it was still unexpected. Like so many things. Like that was a good pay-per-view. I was entertained. It was like everything, man. Even with the Samoa Joe and AJ Styles with the weird finish. That technically speaking, Samoa Joe should have won, but he didn't, and it's gonna be like a big thing now. It's like wow. Just wow. So that's all I can say for now, guys. There's rumors, of course, Undertaker's going to fight against Triple H at the Super Showdown, but I just heard rumors that Kane may be there, so it may be a Brush of Destruction match. So possibly Shawn Michaels may get out of retirement. They were hinting it, so maybe, I'm not, don't quote me on this, but maybe Undertaker and Kane versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Like, damn, you know, that might be a thing. We'll see. But that's all the news I can say. Oh, Matt Hardy also retired, but it might be just retired from WWE, similar to how the Dudley Boys retired, but, you know, Bubba Ray is still fighting in Ring of Honor. I wouldn't be too surprised if Matt Hardy still appears on Impact or something like that. But, yeah, that's all I can say. Like I said, keep in touch for more updates on the Mae Young Classic. I'll try my best to do it tomorrow or later today, depending when you're watching it, on the blog of Epic Randomness. And also keep an eye out, because I will try my best to review All In and stuff like that. Or maybe Death Before Dishonor, or I'll see what happens, because, again, I'm not too crazy about paying for half the pay-per-views and stuff like that, but what can you do? So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. This is Mark's Out Wrestling Aftershock Reviews. We're talking about all kinds of cool wrestling things, because, yes, it's still real to me.